In this video, we're going to walk through configuring Flexera One ITAM to support subcapacity license calculations for IBM, PVU, VPC, and CloudPak. The credentials you'll need to perform this function is the IT Asset Account role of administrator. Let's start by reviewing IBM's requirements for subcapacity licensing. These requirements can be easily found in the online documentation. Let's start by going to our Help icon, and I am going to select View Documentation, and in my search, I am going to search for the term subcapacity and click Enter. As you can see, this top item, subcapacity licensing using IBM PVU, VPC, or CloudPak, is the one that we're looking for. I'm going to open this up, and you will see IBM's requirements for subcapacity licensing. I'm going to walk through these briefly. First, you must be using IT Asset Management 2015 or later. Second, you must have licensed and used the FlexNet Manager for data center product. Third, inventory must be collected by the inventory agent, which must be installed directly on the device. So no remote scanning. The actual agent has to be installed on the device. You must increase the frequency of hardware inventory scanning on the target devices so that it is performed every 30 minutes. On the same frequency, you must check the virtual host, the vCenters, Oracle VM managers, or Hyper-V servers for any changes affecting VMs running the software attached to an IBM subcapacity license. Towards the bottom of this document, you will see IBM's report requirements. They do require a quarterly report with a 2-year archive. Let's get started on our configuration. The first item we are going to set up is the frequent scanning. To do this, let's navigate to Data Collection, Key Asset Inventory Task, and Inventory Setting. From here, I'm going to go to the top right corner and click Collapse All, and I'm going to open up the IBM Reporting and Archive setting. The first thing we need to do is enable frequent hardware scanning for IBM subcapacity licenses. I'm going to check this box. You will need to confirm that to perform extra inventory scanning every 30 minutes is set. There are several options here, but 30 minutes is IBM's requirement. You will need to collect inventory from VMware vCenters, Oracle VM managers, and Nutanix servers. Check. You will need to select a value below this by dropping down the drop-down, and we want to select known vCenters, OVM managers, and Nutanix servers. I'm going to click the plus sign to add that. This next section is enable frequent inventory scans by installed inventory agents with the following target. We need to select the target here, and our target is going to be all devices consuming IBM PVU points, and I am going to hit the plus sign there. To enable this, we would need to navigate to the bottom of the screen and click Save. Once you have enabled the frequent scanning, settings will be added to the Licensing tab of the IT Asset Management settings. Let's navigate to Administration, IT Asset Management Settings, General, and to the Licensing tab of these settings. If you'll notice, the IBM subcapacity calculation settings have been added to this view. If you navigate to this Licensing tab and do not see IBM subcapacity calculation settings, it's important to note that you likely don't have frequent scanning enabled. This will not exist until frequent scanning is enabled. As you can see, by default, It's automatically adjusts the calculation period start date. So it's set to a time of where it would start calculating the 3-month period. You also have the ability to ignore values prior to, and you can define a date in case you're switching over from ILMT to Flexera for subcapacity reporting. You can define your cutover date. The Keep Historical Data for option defaults to 180 days. Note, while IBM normally requires data retention for 2 years, that figure is related to archiving the output reports for those periods. In contrast, this setting is for the raw input data. The default is set for 180 days, allowing reporting from the previous period and the current period. Our next item to configure is assigning the IBM reporting region to your defined ITAM locations. As part of the IBM reporting requirements, all subcapacity reports are to include an assigned IBM reporting region. So each entry in the Flexera One IT asset locations will need to be assigned to an IBM reporting region to finish our configuration. Let's navigate to Organization, IT asset locations. You can see 2 items have been added, a Remove IBM region and an Assign IBM region. We also have an additional field available now in the column chooser titled IBM region. I am going to put that in the view, and I am going to highlight the Americas and select North America and South America from the IBM regions. I'm going to highlight Asia Pac, and I'm going to select Asia and Australia from the IBM regions, and I am going to highlight EMEA and select Europe and Africa from the IBM regions. And I have a global data center at the bottom here that I am going to assign North America and South America. Now that I have my IBM regions populated, we can run a reconcile and produce the IBM reporting pack. Now that our reconcile has completed, let's walk through gathering the files needed to meet IBM's quarterly reporting requirements. I'm going to navigate to Reporting, IBM Reports, and I'm going to select the IBM PVU License Consumption Report. As you can see, it defaults to our current reporting period. You could also report on the previous reporting period based on the 180-day archive setting that we have set. You could run the individual report from here to view the report details on the screen. In our case, we want the entire IBM Audit Report Pack. I'm going to click Download the IBM Audit Report. As you can see, it will download a file. I'm going to open this file. You can see it is a zip file that you can use for your archives. I'm going to open this file, and you can see that the contents will have a checksum, a public key, a signature RSA file. These are to ensure the integrity and the accuracy of the report. There's also the individual reports needed for the report requirements from IBM. This concludes our configuration for subcapacity licensing.